What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden83, and I am here to do a Heart's Desire reading for the sign of Cancer. Okay, Cancer, you guys are third this week on the Zodiac lineup. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So, take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay, so let's get started with your placement of energy. You have one from the top, which is for your present energy, one from the bottom, which is for your past energy, and then one energetically from the middle, which I'm going to go here with it, which is for your future energy. Okay, we'll look at the bottom of the deck momentarily to see what the overall outcome is. Okay, so hopefully you can see everything. Let's see what's going on with you guys. So we have the Nine of Wands, same place as Libras. Okay, then we have the Ace of Wands in your past energy. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay. Three of Pentacles has been somewhat popular. Trying to remember who else got Three of Pentacles this week. I believe Scorpio for the general read. Okay. So, also believe it came up in the Dreamcatcher read as well, but I can't remember whether or not if it was you guys or Scorpio. It was between the two. Okay, so you could have that energy in your chart or dealing with that particular sign. You don't have to, but it's an honorable mention. Okay, so let's start with this Nine of Wands. Like I said, this is the same card that showed up for Libra, so you could have that in your chart as well, or dealing with a Libra. But same kind of goes for you in a sense of kind of blocking some things out presently. Okay, maybe you're blocking things out to make room for something else. Okay, so that's, clear, cut, and dry. That's all we're going to say about that. We'll do some clarifying in a few minutes. Next, we have the Ace of Wands, which is in your past placement, okay, past energy. So possibly in the past, could have had this passionate new start, or maybe you got an idea or an epiphany about something, okay, something that you were very passionate about in the past, okay, and it's this one wand here. Okay, now if I wanted, and I kind of feel this energy of these two kind of coming together in a sense, creating 10 of Wands, possibly creating some form of a burden. Okay, and so excuse me, you could have gotten distracted by something in the past that made you block out something in your present. Okay, in present energy. Okay, and now with this future energy, it is now time to rebuild. Okay, with this future energy of Three of Pentacles. Okay, Three of Pentacles is always talking about utilizing resources and rebuilding things from the ground up. Okay, so with that being said, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck for the overall outcome of this main spread. We have Judgment. Okay, Judgment is the overall outcome. Major arcana here, aside from the Ace of Wands. Okay, so you have these kind of like two glass mirrors, two mountains, and a pathway. Okay, this could be self-judgment on your part as far as needing to see, maybe, dare I say it, the error of your ways, in a sense of maybe passing up on something in regards to, a person or maybe a decision. Okay, like I said, these two mirrors here, okay? It could also mean kind of some kind of reflection of either you to another person. You have the moon and kind of the sun here, kind of like day and night, okay? So a lot of opposition going on in a sense, okay? And so either it's going to be self judgment or possibly facing judgment of someone else, okay? And so it's, you know, up to you if you are going to do this rebuilding, okay, with that person, okay? Or rebuilding yourself in retrospection, okay? So let's get into your clarifiers. One from the top for the Nine of Wands, one from the bottom for the Ace of Wands, and then one energetically from the middle for the Three of Pentacles. And then we'll look at the bottom of the deck to clarify the Judgment, okay? So, Cancer, you guys have the Nine of Voices, which is the Nine of Swords. Going with the Nine of Wands, 9 and 9, okay? Then we have the Queen of Emotions, which is the Queen of Cups on this Ace of Wands. Followed by the Eight of Inspiration for the Three of Pentacles, okay? So, let's start off with this present energy with this 9 and 9 equaling out to 18, which then equals out to 9 again, okay? Triple nines, okay? Wrapping up something presently, okay? This Nine of Voices, in a sense, is kind of here usually as the insomnia card, if you will, okay? Where it's hard to sleep at night, things of that nature. But you could be sleeping in with this Nine of Swords, okay? She has her eyes closed. However, you see all this gold light around her head and kind of something illuminating here while there's person sleep here, okay? You could be kind of blocking out some important information, if you will, in your dreams, okay? If you do any type of spiritual or metaphysical work such as manifesting or asking your ancestors or praying for clarity, things of that nature, okay? But you could be blocking out what you need to pay closer attention to, okay? Like I said, with the Nine of Voices, it's usually about insomnia and not being able to sleep. Here, both of these people in the card, both of these women in the cards are, you know, reflecting in a sense, okay? And so you could be having a lot of lucid dreaming, possibly, okay? Lucid dreaming does have the tendency to feel real, okay, where you tend to experience something within the dream that feels real. Like, you know how when you have to pee, where you dream about peeing in a dream, and then by the time you wake up, you actually feel like you have to go pee, and you do go pee. It's kind of one of those things, okay? So, again, possibly, like I said, blocking out something that is very important, okay, due to not wanting to face it at this time presently, okay? That is why, or possibly why, something is you continue to dream about something, is because of the fact that you keep blocking it, okay? Just because you are suppressing does not mean that the problem or the situation goes away. You have to face it eventually, okay? So, next, we have the Ace of Wands with the Queen of Emotions, which would be the Queen of Cups, okay? This past energy is possibly revolving around a particular person, a relationship possibly, okay? Could be in the sense of maturity as well for some of you, okay? But it was a passionate new beginning, possibly with someone who was very mature, okay, and maybe you weren't ready for that type of person just yet, okay, not calling you immature, but just saying possibly not ready for it, okay, maybe you had other things to deal with, and just being in a serious, situation or relationship was just not conducive to your plans, okay. And so Queen of Emotions is usually someone who is, again, like I said, very mature, very wise, able to pretty much be very forthcoming with her emotions in a sense of a new passionate beginning, okay? He or she, get in where you fit in, okay? So, again, that is in the past, okay? Past energy. So, let's move on to this future energy. Three of Pentacles with the Eight of Inspiration, which would be the Eight of Wands, okay? Rebuilding, communication, fast moving communication as you see this person barreling through, moving forward, okay? Wanting a restart in a sense. Like I said, communicating could involve you dealing with some networking for some of you, not for everyone, but it could be some lucrative communication in regards to these resources, okay, with this Three of Pentacles, okay. So make sure you check everything that you're working on, Cancer, in reference to if it is for business or work related. Just make sure your lines of communication are open. Don't be so quick to, confirm everything until you've checked everything off, okay? So, with that being said, at the bottom of the deck, in clarifying this Judgment, Knight of Swords underneath with the Wheel, okay? With the Wheel. So, Judgment and another major arcana with the Wheel, which is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is usually talking about change, okay? Some form of change. And so possibly, the self-judgment that you are doing, the Knight of Swords being underneath, is explaining the changes that have occurred, okay, to avoid harsh judgment, okay? With this wheel here, you just see the different moon phases going around this wheel that she's sitting on in different poses that she's in, again kind of emphasizing that change, okay. So if you were going through some changes and presently, again, blocking things out or blocking people out, is because you have been going through some serious changes within your life, Cancer. And those changes have caused some strict judgment, maybe strict judgment towards other people that you probably shouldn't be passing judgment on until you've healed from whatever has occurred within your life, okay? Be mindful. Everyone has, the ability to change. Things in life is a cycle, and things continue to move on, okay? Just because things are going on in your world does not mean that other things aren't going on in others, okay? And however you react ripples out to other people, to where it can cause a ripple effect in a negative way or a positive way, okay? If people don't know exactly what's going on with you, all right? And so blocking yourself out and not really talking about it doesn't really help anyone understand you, thus the judgment, okay? So in order to rebuild these relationships that have been around you, you are going to have to communicate about what has been going on in reference to the changes in your life, okay? You don't have to share everything, but, give people a little bit of insight to understand you a little bit better, okay? So we're going to go into the Heart's Oracle for your final decision and advice. One last shuffle. I do feel, as usual, Cancer, sometimes with you guys, there is multiple energies. So hopefully, take what resonates and pass the rest and get in where you fit in, okay? Don't try to make the whole reading for you. Just take what resonates for you and run with it, okay? At the bottom of the deck, new energy alert. 2, find balance. Find balance, okay? We have this kind of like wheel going around here, and it has different images. We have a flower, we have a ring, we have a cup or a chalice, if you will, a hourglass, a book, and possibly looks like a child that is being swaddled in this blanket here. So I know it's kind of neonish, but hopefully you can see all of those, okay? So maybe you have so many things going on, and they're kind of all connected in a sense, okay? It's time for you to find balance somewhere in your life, okay? Focus on what you want, not what you don't want, with the number 2 being the focal point for me here, okay? Even within looking at this, for some reason, I get a sense of like oranges. Either someone likes oranges, but it reminds me of like the inside of an orange, something citrus, okay? Maybe someone's eating something citrus as you're watching this reading. I don't know, but I'm feeling that energy for some reason, okay? So find balance, okay? Maybe you need to work on your immune system, kind of beef your immune system up with us going into the winter months, okay? So make sure you're taking care of yourself, getting that vitamin C in, okay? Let's see, find balance, which is on page 79. But like I said, kind of making a firm decision of what it is that you want to be your primary focus in your life. Sometimes for some of us, I can't speak for everyone, but we have a tendency to have so many things going on, and sometimes, focus on one task and then move on to the next one, okay? But you do need to start focusing on what your primary focus is going to be, okay? Because you may have yourself stretched too thin, okay? So let's go into the book. I'm gonna hold this up for you guys. We have find balance, cope, multitask, breathe, and arbitrate are your key words. You may find that matters of the heart require extra effort at this time. More and more demands may be placed upon you, requiring you to juggle your attention. Family gatherings, school commitments, requests for assistance, and other obligations may arise within a short period of time. Just breathe and remember to be flexible. Adapt your approach to each situation at hand. Know that you have the ability to keep everything and everyone in balance. You may also be called upon to play the role of mediator. This is a time for compassion and understanding, and you are up to the task. Work with people individually, giving each position equal consideration. Help all involved to understand another viewpoint and find middle ground. Finally, in order to maintain balance, you yourself must be in balance. So it's vital that you take time for you, okay? I feel like this is a growing theme this week, okay? I've also stated it for another sign, okay? I state it really to anybody, okay? I am an advocate primarily for spending time to yourself, as much as possible, not just for just sleep, but really to just be at peace. Okay. You do have number 8 moving on underneath this. Okay. Be careful of burnout, which was also stated, I believe, in Leo's. It was either Leo or Libra, but be careful of burnout, okay? Because it may make you want to kind of step away and kind of go into isolation, but in a negative sense, okay? So just be mindful of that. But 8 also meaning balance as well. So I feel like that moving on is also a signifier and confirmation that you need to find some balance for yourself. Take a break from everyone, or anything in particular that really doesn't need your attention right now, and spread that focus to yourself and what it is that you truly want. Okay, so we're going to go into the power of surrender here for your message of support to wrap up your reading, Cancer. Separate by 3s. Okay. Cancer, at the bottom of the deck, you have surrender to non-action. Surrender to non-action. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. Okay? Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. Okay? I feel like this is for a separate set of Cancers, okay? In a sense of you've done everything that you can possibly do at this time, Cancer. For some of you, okay? You've made the contact, you've made the communications, you've laid out everything that needs to be done, and now you have to wait on people to come to you. Okay, you've done the most important part. Now is the time where you get a chance to rest a bit. Okay, and so be still, breathe, focus on what your next steps could possibly be in regards to the possibilities of return communication to you. Okay, so if someone says yes, what would be the next steps? Okay, if someone says no, is there room to negotiate? Okay, are you willing to negotiate? This is possibly for someone who is, trying to close out a contract or something of that nature. Okay, so with that being said, Cancer, that is really all that I have for you guys today. However, we do have 2 more readings this week. So until then, peace.